Is West Philadelphia a good place to invest? This is a question I get all the time, especially if you're not from the Philadelphia area. Because if you're not from Philadelphia, the only thing you know about West Philadelphia is it's where University of Penn and Drexel sit, and it's where the actor Will Smith grew up. How many times have I heard of West Philadelphia, born and raised? Now that's not enough to put your hard dollars down to make an investment. How can you feel confident that you're moving forward in an area that could work for you from an investment point of view? So in today's video, I'm going to talk about how West Philadelphia may be a good idea for you, and I'm going to show you or cover a few of the hottest neighborhoods that are still affordable and also can attract quality tenants. So I'm going to take you boots on the ground, block by block, to some of the neighborhoods or part of Cobbs Creek and Cedar Park. And from that, you should be able to kind of put your evaluation phase in overdrive to figure out if these areas may work for you. So let's get started. I'm Veronica Woods, and welcome back to the Real Estate Wisdom channel, where we provide market updates on Philadelphia and suburban Delaware County, as well as provide practical tips about building a more profitable rental property portfolio. If you have a personal situation you want to run by me or talk real estate, all my contact info is in the description area of this video. But let's dive right into the map of West Philadelphia. I wanted to point out just a few projects on this map. First, starting at the Schuylkill Yard project, expansive project that is anchored by 30th Street Station. Then the U City Square project, which is really becoming a growing innovation hub, and it features some outdoor public space as well. This already been developed. Speaking of innovation, can't forget the Innovation Lab immediately on the southern border of University City. And then a key residential project has been the Garden Court Plaza here around 47th and Pine. So these are just a few projects to note that are really kind of leading the way in terms of innovation for West Philadelphia. Let me point out a few more points on the map. This time I'm going to jump to the Bright MLS. I wanted to point out a few points of interest before I take you to my boots on the ground footage. So I'm going to zero in. Before, we were looking at a map that focused on University City out to including the Cedar Park area that I mentioned. So we're going to be talking about Cedar Park and Cobbs Creek. So you can see Cobbs Creek is immediately west of Cedar Park to the west, and roughly around the 52nd Street marker is where the neighborhood changes. I did want to point out there's another initiative going on across 52nd Street, which really is a historic commercial corridor, especially from a Black business perspective across West Philadelphia. There is a new initiative that got funded that's basically going to promote economic and real estate development from this Malcolm X Park here that's on the corner of Cedar Park over to Arch Street. And of note, there is a Chase branch that recently opened at the corner of 52nd and Market, and it's supposed to have some innovative kind of community outreach programs, specifically targeting around financial literacy. So that's really interesting. But again, this corridor of commercial businesses have been a historic key pen of the West Philadelphia community. Now, as far as the my walk, boots on the ground, I'm going to take you starting around this 52nd and Larchwood at the corner of this Malcolm X Park. I'm also going to go deeper into Cedar Park along Cedar Avenue. And then I'm going to take you, just walk up Cedar Avenue, and you can see kind of how the blocks change block by block, and really just kind of showing how the redevelopment or development kind of moves westward. So you can see that as we move west, there's a little less development, but also more opportunity. Then we will go down 52nd Street to Baltimore Avenue. Baltimore Avenue is a major transportation hub across West Philly. Showing the house here. As well as, I guess it's important to point out, Walnut Street and Chestnut Street are major lines. And then Market Street. So there's a Market Frankfurt L that runs out to the suburbs. So those are kind of the major transportation arteries across West Philadelphia. I'll also take you down right on the cusp of Cedar Park, and I'll show you kind of some new development that's going on there. We start the tour at Malcolm X Park. Really, I'm at the corner of 52nd and Larchwood. You can see the bustling 52nd Street business corridor. The park is really known for having a lot of outdoor festivals, music, shopping, dogs walking. Across the street from the park, you'll notice the mural, which is definitely a feature of neighborhoods around Philadelphia. You walk down the tree-lined street of Larchwood, so this is just above 52nd. Now we have cut over to Cedar Avenue. So still close to 52nd Street, and you can see the large 3-story homes. Some of these are multifamily properties. Again, tree-lined streets. Now walking down 51st Street, south toward Baltimore Avenue, which is another busy corridor, and you can see the style of homes here, noted as semi-detached or twins, where there's two houses attached back to back, and there's an alleyway and some yard. A number of the homes have been recently rehabbed. I think you can get a better glimpse on the other side of the street. Yeah, that's a good one, a twin home. Now, I've jumped to the corner of 52nd in Baltimore, or 51st in Baltimore, and you can see all of the renovation going on, new construction across the street. We'll get a glimpse at. So brand new building there. I remember when that was a vacant lot. So there's restaurants, small storefronts along this corridor. It's a luxury apartment for rent. Across the street, you can see another unit going up. This apartment building under construction is south of Baltimore Avenue at 53rd Street. We travel around the block, we get to roughly 52nd in Hatfield. And across the street from there, it's a 2019 adaptive reuse project. This was an old warehouse converted into a luxury apartment building called the Irvine. Studios go for $1,200 and up in that building. You can see other rehab properties across the street from there. Now, move this back to 52nd and Cedar. Just wanted to illustrate how the blocks really change if we just go west along Cedar Avenue and look at the various constructions of homes on this block as we travel northward. And so now we've moved up another 100 block, so this is roughly the 53rd 100 block of Cedar Avenue. You see the brick style row homes. So these are a little smaller than the homes on the previous block. Then we jump up another block and we're across the street from former Mercy Hospital which got bought out by University of Penn Medical System, and you can see the row homes across the street from there. Then we go up another block, so we're closer to the 5500 block of Cedar Avenue. Still tree-lined streets. And you can see some of the architecture there. Here's a better glimpse of some of the homes. Let's review some stats. So Q1 23 stats are now available. So a good proxy across both neighborhoods in West Philly would be to look at the 19143 zip code. Now there also is another large neighborhood that's included as more considered Southwest Philadelphia, but for the sake of getting some numbers, 19143 is a good place to start. So the median sales price was $165,000 across 19143, and that represented a 13.2% decline year over year. And we can see that the days on market are growing. So average is 58 days on market. Now, if we drill down into the neighborhoods that we've been talking about, Cedar Park, so let's look at their stats first. The average single family should run you from the high 300s up into the mid 700s for a single family home in Cedar Park. If we're talking about a multifamily, good rule of thumb, you're probably starting in the 400s. Now, in terms of rent, you can see that a one bedroom in Cedar Park can start at 11, or this is the median rent. So the middle range rent is 1,100, two bedroom 1,600, and you can see the three bedroom could run you close to 1,850. This is a medium 1,848. Now, if we contrast this with Cobbs Creek, you can get a single family in the mid hundreds. Now it's going to need some work, but you will see on the MLS that there are some opportunities in the mid hundreds, and you could run for a fully rehabbed property, could go for the high 300s. So there is a contrast in pricing straight away you can see between Cobbs Creek and Cedar Park. Now multifamily in Single Park, also you can get in the door in the hundreds. Of course, on the lower end, you're going to possibly face a full gut rehab. Now, the rents are also lower in Cobbs Creek, so it definitely reflects the valuations that people are getting. So for Cobbs Creek, a one bedroom, again, we're talking median, it could be $975, two bedroom $1,250, and a three bedroom, the median is about $1,375 at the start of 2023. So it's not too late to get in the investing game in West Philadelphia. It doesn't feel overbuilt when you're on the ground, or hopefully what you see in the video. The other point is that you will be benefiting from, as a small investor, from what the big boys are doing in University City, probably for the next 10 to 20 years. So there's some large investors have made big bets in West Philadelphia at the Brandywine Realty Trust of the world, and there will be room for smaller investors to kind of feed on that for years to come. Now, if you want more insight on the multifamily market across West Philadelphia, you'll want to look at the video that's appearing on the screen now. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, and as always, happy investing.